And Mann's Nia mid-range deck is 3-0. Phoenix was just unmorphed. There's also Wingmate Rock out there on Quint's side of the board. You can see Heliod's Pilgrim, Battlewise Hotline, some other things, but it looks like it's going to be Mann who is winning this game with a lethal attack. We will get confirmation on that in just a moment as players are scooping up and heading to the sideboard here in just a second.
Normally when someone's attacking and both players are looking down at the life totals, that's the indicator that the person attacking is winning.
Chances are, I don't think he would be unmorphing and sending in if he wasn't. So Stephen Mann does win game number 1 with Nia mid-range over Kevin Quint playing white-blue heroic. And we will look at the heroic sideboard. You have that in front of you. I'll let you take it away.
A Heliod's Pilgrim, a Gunovan Trailblazer, an Aqueous Form, an Ordeal of Heliod, a Singing Bell Strike, an Ajandi's Presence, and a Race, 3 copies of Stubborn Denial, 2 Glare of Heresy, 2 Treasure Cruise, and an Eidolon of Countless Battles. I like bringing in the Ajandi's Presence here. And I like bringing in the Singing Bell Strike, as I think against decks like Naya that have a lot of, slower 4 or 5 mana threats, Singing Bell Strike's pretty sweet. I think the Aqueous Form here is good as well, because Steven obviously has a lot of quality blockers.
Take a look at Steven's sideboard. We've already taken a look at this once as we covered him round number 2, but he's got 4 copies of Xenagos the Reveler, 4 Anger of the Gods, and Elspeth, 2 Banishing Light, 2 Glare of Heresy, and this a World Waker and a Lightning Strike. I just want the removal.
Pretty simple stuff here. I like the Banishing Lights, the Glare of Heresy, and Lightning Strike. Elspeth may be a better win condition than some other things because it forces, Kevin to have something like Aqueous Form or some other effect to get through it. It is a little bit expensive. I think the 4 copies of Anger of the Gods can come in here as well. So pretty solid sideboard here.
And that's potentially 10 cards that he can bring in. And obviously that's a lot, but they're all pretty good options. You mentioned the Elspeth. I like that card simply because the minus ability can actually come up in this matchup too.
For sure. I think Steven's got a really solid matchup here because he has a good mixture of cheap individual removal, like Chain of the Rocks, Glare of Heresy, Banishing Light, coupled with some powerful sweepers. So the right mixture that you need to have a good matchup here.
We will talk very quickly about Black Friday taking place at Star City Games, lasting until November 30th. Look at all of this sweet stuff you can buy on sale.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what's over there, but every time Star City has a sale, it's usually pretty comprehensive and exhaustive. So I suggest going over there. Based on the image that we have here, I imagine that booster boxes, individual packs, spin down dice, play mats, and deck boxes are all available, among perhaps other items as well. So head over to StarCityGames.com now and check out what we have available for this Black Friday sale.
It's a good read by you. All of those things are on sale. Packs are super cheap, as are booster boxes, the creature collection playmats and dice bags and all that stuff. Lithographs too. We can't forget about those. So head over to StarCityGames.com right now. Black Friday specials lasting until the 30th, and who knows, maybe we'll even have a little something for Cyber Monday. A little spoiler alert.
Little spoiler alert.
So how deep are we going to go with this ridiculous holiday? So now this ridiculous holiday. It's Black Friday. It's Cyber Monday. What's going to happen on Tuesday? Is there a name for that? Taboo Tuesday?
Well, Taboo does not facilitate sales, I think.
Okay, fair enough. We have to work on the name then.
Taco Tuesday.
I like tacos. Good
That's
start.
already a thing.
Okay. Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Bang.
I'll mull this over. I'm usually pretty good at these sort of alliterative things.
You do Throwback Thursday? You just sell old packs for cheap?
Yeah.
Throwback
Arabian Nights boosters on sale.
Yeah, that's right. Now they're only $100 as opposed to whatever they actually cost. I have no idea how much those cost.
A lot.
Okay. Yeah, so there's Throwback Thursday. Friendly Friday, perhaps?
Well, I think that Black Friday and Cyber Monday both highlight that it doesn't have to be alliterative. You can call it whatever you want.
But it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah, that's why Taco Tuesday is the best one of them all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you get some royalties on that. I really do.
No, that already exists.
Oh, okay. Well, you can claim it as your own. Like the people with the Happy Birthday song. You just claim something as your own and copyright it. Is that how it works?
Not really. No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well,
Again, I'm no expert on copyright law, so don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure you can't just claim something as your idea and then...
Oh, well, apparently Arabian Nights packs are $400. So on Throwback Thursday, they'll be $399.
I think I might scoop one of those up if they have them in stock.
You're a maniac.
Just have it.
Just never open it?
Well, I know that eventually that's what would end up happening, which is why I probably shouldn't buy it.
Probably.
Yeah. Open up my booster and there's, an if basically free and I like no rares because sometimes that happens with old boosters or whatever. It's probably not a great experience.
What's the best card you can open in that set? I don't know anything about Arabian Nights.
Library of Alexandria is probably near the top of the list.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any. Juzam Dijin.
Okay. Doesn't sound great.
No,
Doesn't sound great.
No, it's not.
Couple of temples to start here.
Bazaar Baghdad. That's
all right,
another
that's
good.
Open. That's a solid open right
Bazaar's
there.
a good open.
Okay. I'd be happy with that for my vintage dredge deck.
This shows you how far I go back that Juzam I thought of before Bizarre.
Sure, sure. Four-mana 5/5. They don't make them like they used to.
Old Man of the Sea.
Nah, that card stinks.
Diamond Valley.
That card's sweet. I don't know if it's good, but it's sweet.
Elephant Graveyard.
You know too much. Can you open lands in the packs? Like, can I open a mountain?
There is only Mountain. The other basic lands are not in the set.
Oh.
Mountain was misprinted, put in there.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
But there's also Elephant Graveyard, Diamond Valley, Oasis, Desert, Library of Alexandria, Bazaar of Baghdad. A lot of lands in that set.
A lot of flavor in that set,
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like to me.
Yeah, it's the nuts.
Here's Hero of Iroas. Some flavor from Theros. See if Mann can get this thing off the table. He does have a mountain in his hand, so if he does have Chain of the Rocks, he can answer it. It looks like he has a copy of Glare of Heresy. It looks like he's just going to go with Lightning Strike.
And this is the best recipe for beating White-Blue Heroic. Don't get that fancy. Kill stuff while they're tapped out and let them rot with creature enchantments in their hand. If you never let them untap with something in play, the set can't do anything. Keep it pinned.
Favorite Hoplite with some mana up, so you have to imagine that Quint probably has a God's Willing or Feet of Resistant-esque effect right now. But
Well, the other line of play that Steven always has access to is spend the turns where Kevin has mana up. Steven can just do other stuff, cast a Courser or whatever he wants to do, and then try to kill things with multiple spells in the same turn.
Chain of the Rocks is going to resolve very, very quickly. So there's a Forest. Follow up is the Sylvan Carry added, and Mann is off to a great start here as Quint is going to sacrifice a Flooded Strand and dig up either a Plains or an Island out of his deck, and he will go with a Plains. Perhaps it's time for an Erase. We shall see. So he let Chain of the Rocks resolve it very, very quickly, but no removal spell here for Quint, so he will just draw a card. Ordeal of Thassa. And this is one of the things that you did mention. He does have, it looks like, one creature left there, but he's not going to deploy it just yet. Pass the turn back over to Mann. Mann will draw a card. It's a copy of Battlefield Forge. There's a Courser of Grufix, so it's time to take a look at the top card. Top card is another Courser.
And this is the issue with White-Blue Heroic versus something like Boss Sly. Boss Sly can just keep dumping stuff out on the table, and things like individual removal spells don't matter that much. But when you're playing White-Blue Heroic and they resolve, it's really bad.
Battlefield Forge will come down. Gain mana life. He'll draw a Courser now. You saw Quint in his turn just play a Hero of Iroas. Pass the turn back. So see if Mann can keep the ball rolling. He does have another copy of Chain of the Rocks in his hand. Also a copy of Glare of Heresy. So he does have answers to the powerful human soldier.
Yeah, and Johnny's presence does not offer protection against the type of answers that Steven has right now, which is great for Steven.
He's reaching for that Temple of Plenty. It looks like he's going to go with Chain of the Rocks again, and he will. There goes the hero. Coast is clear. It's time to attack just for 2. Quint going to go down to 16. Mann going to play the other Courser, it looks like. So there is that. Land will come down, gain 2, up to 23. And while he doesn't have a big haymaker yet, like a Stormbreath Dragon or a Planeswalker, he is just building a nice incremental advantage over the course of the game while just answering the threats that Quint.
Yeah, as long as the game is going like this, this is a fine pace, you know? There's no real rush on Steven's side.
Elvish Mystic the draw. Let's see what the top card is now. It's a mountain. That's going to come in. Trigger, trigger. Up to 25. Let's see if the top card's a haymaker. That's the only thing he's missing. The answer is no. That'll be his draw step for the next turn.
I'm curious here. Steven's obviously worried about this Glare getting hit with God's Willing. It didn't happen with the Chain of the Rocks last turn. But it wouldn't surprise me to see if it was actually in a position where he said, I'm willing to attack. Maybe he has something like Defiant Strike, is willing to try to trade with the Courser or try to eat it. And then you can safely do it post-combat.
Well, there's a Glare. That's good to go, too. So that's going to be exiled.
I think the fact that with no hesitation, Kevin let his thing get hit with Chain of the Rocks last turn means that Steven's probably going to err on the side of there's no God's Willing in Kevin's hand. I should just cast my stuff.
Yeah, now this is one of the disjointed draws of Heroic, where the creatures did come down, yes, but now he's left all with auras in his hand. And we don't see this a lot.
Kevin's draw wasn't bad. He drew plenty of creatures, just Steven had really good answers. And in fact, Kevin here with a copy of Ajani's Presence and the removal that Steven had at the time did not allow Kevin to interact.
Top card from Temple Lightman's going to go to the bottom. Pass the turn back over to Mann. Mann will quickly untap, draw his Courser of Crew Fix, reveal a copy of Elspeth. Another attack here for 5, puts you down to 2. And Stephen Mann is well on his way to moving on to 4-0 in this tournament. It's an important weekend for him, as there's a Courser. And he's going to show him 3 Ordeal of Thassa's, an Ordeal of Heliod, and a Johnny's Presence, and that is going to do it. So Stephen Mann, 4-0 here in Atlanta, a place that he has won an Open Series event before. Last time we were here, he won the Legacy Open with Team Delver, and now he's trying to get the job done in Standard with Nia Midrange.
And I think that he has a great matchup here, a really solid recipe. Make sure powerful stuff and a lot of cheap removal. And the Johnny's Presence there was especially bad for Kevin. I thought that was one of the better cards in his sideboard, but by the time he drew it, Stephen's removal spell, Chain of the Rocks, Glare of Heresy,